There we go. Don't mind the hair. It's on hiatus with me. Okay. Good morning. It is almost 12 here, so I guess I should say afternoon. Um, Today is non-scripted. It is unfiltered. It's autistic. It's ADHD. It's everywhere. It's burnout. It's caregiving burnout. It is everything. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of things. This is going to be episodes. And it's going to be raw. It's going to be real. It's going to tell the truth of no one ever talks about. And so it's time caregivers, especially people that are on ADHD, autistic ADHD, that are caregivers that have to deal with certain things being a caregiver. Okay. So first of all, welcome to this segment. It is called Autistic and Burnout. Being a caretaker. So, just a little backstory. Thorne has been away for 6 months. Alright? Not going to go into detail about that. It's a shitty deal. I'm just going to say that. But it is what it is. And now, mind you, I do not blame him for any of this. This was not in any of mine in his repertoire or agendas or schedules whatsoever. This just happened because Texas is just stupid. So, with his absence, I had to take the role of caretaker for his dad, thinking that this was going to be okay. In my head, I knew it wasn't going to be okay. I knew what was going to end up happening because months before that, I had already dealt with a lot of stuff. We're just not going to go into that either. It's kind of like a hard limit right now. So, let's talk. Because I have been through hell. And I know caregivers, even if you're not ADHD or if you're not even autistic, you don't have to have these spectrums and neurodivergencies to have a burnout with caretaking. Because it is a gruesome thing, and there are people that love doing this, that they thrive on it, but that's not me. I didn't want this. I didn't choose this. I begged not to have this because I knew what was going to happen, especially with being autistic and ADHD. And having the executive dysfunction already to deal with it and fighting that along with everything else, okay? It started out with little things. It started out with sexual harassment, especially right after Thorne left. I started really seeing the trueness in this person. And we're not going to name names. I really need to trim my nails. And then it just slowly escalated. And then it rapidly escalated. So the sexual harassment was big time. That was a big thing for me because I usually do not stay in a place that I am working in that has that kind of thing. And then once it really got to the not letting me calm down when I am extremely overstimulated and I am in a meltdown and I am trying not to go into that ADHD rage. But when you're dealing with a neurotypical person that does not even want to comprehend what autism and ADHD is, it becomes a battle. It is a never-ending battle. Never-ending, because this person does not even want to learn about it, even though his own son is high-masking autism. So, and he just blows it off. So with that being part, he would say things to trigger me. And when I am already, like, feeling overstimulated and I just need to decompress, and this dude is not helping matters, and I tell him, hey, look, I need to go outside. And I could calm down and then come back, and then we'll talk about this when I am calmed down. But if I am not calm, you're not going to get the calm version of me. No, he didn't want that. He's like, no, you're staying here. So this was like, I was like, okay, well, then let's go there. Because you've already said that I am overstimulated. I am oversensitive. I am extremely sensitive. I get that. You know, I've been told that my whole life, that I was too sensitive. I was overreacting all the time. I was lazy. I said, this is the things of an ADHD, that they are so used to hearing that it is embedded in their heads. In their heads. Okay. So you're not telling me anything, you know, that I know. No. So that kept on happening. And those were boundaries that were being severely stomped on. And then there's the screaming at me for no reason, you know. There's verbal abuse. Yeah, you can get, it doesn't matter if the person is a vet. Let me tell you something. That does not give them the permission, and let me say it even louder for the people in the back that are vets and that think that that title that they have gives them that power to do whatever the fuck they want. Because it don't work that way. Just because you have that title, you served your country, does not mean that you get to treat other human beings like shit. No, it don't work that way. I don't care if it's your house or not. If that person is doing you a solid and making sure you have clean clothes, and all that, that doesn't mean you get to treat that person like a fucking slave, because that person has needs. That person is a person with feelings and emotions, and they bleed just like you. Especially if it's a female. So, let me say this louder. Just because you served in the country doesn't mean you get to treat people like shit. Doesn't mean you're above the law. Because if that was the case, my husband Thorne wouldn't be where he's at. And this is not even Thorne's fault. No. Daddy dearest, is all his fault. And I am tired of protecting somebody's reputation that doesn't even want to protect their own reputation and uphold everything and quote unquote claims that they're a man of the cloth, but I don't see it. And again, I am a PK, pastor's kid, turned witch, been a witch my whole entire life. But I know the Bible back and front. I know the Gnostic teachings back and front. I'm reading them. Let me get it out. Let me. So yeah. Did I completely go non-contact with him? Yes, I completely went non-contact with this man because he is not worth my time or day. He wants to waste his life away on eating things that he knows he's not supposed to eat. That's on him. I can't do anything about that. And I'm not even going to argue with the little boy about it. I can't even say he's a man because he's not. But this is what I was talking about. This is the Gnostic teachings. I am on ending Philip right now, working on ending Philip and going to the Gospel of Egyptian, which I can't wait to get into. So yeah, let me elaborate and let me clear the air for idiots who think that a neurodivergent person is just plain out lazy and they're still neurotypical. No, we're not neurotypical people. We think totally different than neurotypical people. We see things differently than normal people see it. We express differently, like we have no filter, none whatsoever. And when we do, it's masking. And we mask a lot because we live, mind you, we live in a neurotypical world where there's mostly neurotypicals. So we have to find a way to exist in that realm of neurotypical. So we put on a front and we wear a mask. And that mask leads to burnout. That mask also leads to a lot of meltdowns. Let me tell you. I've been on a burnout for quite some time. I've been trying to get back in the groove of my readings. And let me tell you, I have a doom pile. Like, if you could see my doom pile. See that red on there? That's my doom pile. Yeah, that's my doom pile of books and notebooks and codexes and my pens and stuff. And like, granted, I love reading. That is like one of my hyper focuses. And then dissecting the book, because that's what an ADHD brain does, is like they dissect and they analyze. So that's what I do. But I'm fighting having to find the spoons to do it because everything else takes precedent. Like, I am not just... You would think the man that has $2,000 would buy toilet paper, would buy, stuff that needs to be done in the house, and not leave the person that is only getting $1,800 plus putting money on her husband's books, making sure she has money on her side getting his books so he can read and stay connected to other realms. Where his at? You know, this. Yeah. Come on. He gets $2,000 and he cannot put toilet paper in his fucking house. This is where I'm at. This is where I stand. This is me pulling back the veil and saying enough is enough. Like, the dude is 74. He expects everyone to, and this is because the system caters to him because he's a vet. I don't cater to, I didn't grow up that way. My grandparents worked till the day they died. My parents worked till the day they can't work right now. My mom physically can't work right now. My dad really shouldn't be working right now, but he is. Because you know what? That is what my dad does. He is a hard-working man. So when I am in a place like this, that this person is about the same age as my parents, and he expects people to do for him what he refuses to do himself. And I'm like, no. I mean, you want to get down to brass tacks, your cousin who's freaking Willie Nelson, in his fucking 90s, entrepreneur, still pushing out freaking albums, still pushing out freaking weed contraband drinks and stuff. Like, what's your excuse? You're 74. He's 90 years old. The man's lived a hard life more than you have. He's still standing tall. Why aren't you still standing tall? What, you gave up? And so you expect everyone to feel sorry for you and give you pity? No, that's not how that works. Especially with this one. No, I don't give pity. No. And I don't give respect either. I'll give you the respect that you served our country, but the minute you disrespect me and you start abusing me, gloves are off and you don't get nothing. You don't get my grace, you don't get nothing. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. I'm in burnout. I'm in a severe burnout. I cry at the smallest little thing. The smallest little touch on my skin makes my skin crawl. And then I feel bad because I have to go to my husband and tell him, and he is where he cannot even do anything about it, and he feels bad. And I'm like, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying this because you need to know what's going on. And you asked me how I felt, so. And he's like, no, baby, I want you to come to me. I don't care what it is. I have hearing aids if you're not going to wear them. That's a waste of money. Completely waste of money. And, so I was talking to Thorne about everything. And I was telling him that I have to cut myself off to your dad and your sister. Emotionally, physically, and mentally. I cannot deal with it. I'm broken. I am. I cried to him and I said, I don't even feel human anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't smile barely. The only time I smile or laugh or anything is when I'm either on the phone with him and we're just laughing about something, or I'm on the phone with my sister and she's making me laugh. And then after that, it's like I go right back to where I'm at. And I told him, I said, I didn't want you to come home to somebody that is broken. He's like, baby, you're not broken. You're bruised. And he goes, and when I come back, I will kiss away all your bruises. I will bite away all your bruises. I will hold all your bruises until there is no more. And you are back to feeling the way you were. It's hard. It's hard being autistic and ADHD and having the neurodivergent shit that you just don't understand. I don't know if it's just a neurotypical thing, but I don't understand it. And like, I've tried to understand it, but I can't. There's just a part of me that doesn't want it. I don't get it. My brain does not comprehend, does not compute. Like, the lack of empathy, sympathy, fucking emotions, period. Let me tell you something. This man, it's been 6 months and he has not seen his son, and there has not been one fucking tear, not one tear that he has shed for that boy, for my man, my true partner. He's given this man breadcrumbs, and then he goes out and he buys for his so-called Sandra Bullock scam artist person $200 freaking card, but won't put $200 on his son's account because that bullshit is more important than his own son. And then he wonders why his family has like fucking completely and utterly just disregarded him. Oh, you are a tangled mess. There we go. Okay. But I did have a script on chat. By the way, FYI, if you want a really good AI chat, look up ChatGPT. Look it up. Let me tell you, I've done everything. All my podcasts, all my notes and stuff that I read go in to my chat. And then she puts it all in a sweet little format. But today I was not. I wanted to be messy. I wanted to be real. I wanted to be me. I didn't want it to be scripted. I just wanted it to be raw. So, if you are ADHD, autistic, caregiver, teacher, it does not matter what line of work you are. If you're neurotypical, you can still have freaking burnout. You can still go through hell. Does not matter. If you feel like you have not been heard, seen in your whole entire life, misunderstood, feel like you're too much or not enough, or you don't do enough, I want to remind you of this. You are always enough. In fact, you are beyond enough. You're not too much. You don't overreact. You're not too sensitive. You just feel different. Because that is the way our brains work. We don't work like neurotypical. Our brains don't. And our nervous system is wired differently. It's okay. It's okay. That makes us special because we are the dreamers of the world. We are the entrepreneurs of the world. And it has been proven time and time again, people that are now speaking up for ADHD and autism are saying exactly this. We are the entrepreneurs of the world. Because we have all these huge ideas. We just don't have anywhere to put them. All these projects that we want to do. And then we go into burnout because we do it all in one hyper focus. But you know what? There are so many out there that have succeeded. Credit. We all take our time. Some are in their 40s. Some started young. But that's because they had, oh my hair. They had pretty much good parenting and understanding. But to the ones that didn't, like me, and maybe like Rory and everyone else who was ever told that they were lazy and stuff, it comes at a different age, and that is okay. That is okay. Because there is no set age limit to when you make your dreams come true. That's what I'm doing. That's why I created this podcast. Is because this is something I've been wanting to do. I've wanted to have a podcast. And now I get that podcast. I get to show and share my experiences with the world. My take on things, being a neurodivergent and being a caretaker, and how trying to cope with the burnout and push through it not working. There's dishes that need to be done, and I go there every hour on the hour, and I look at it, and it's just cringing. Yep, it's just cringing. And then when you have someone who stomps on your autonomy and your boundaries, it doesn't have respect for your boundaries. This person does not have any fucking respect for anybody's fucking boundaries. I love how his nurse that was a vet said, oh, well, you're not going to treat my nurses with disrespect. You can joke around with them and everything, but you will not do that. And I'm like, baby girl, let me fill you in on a little secret. The minute you put that boundary down, he is going to stomp all over it. Just because you put that boundary down. He doesn't believe in boundaries. He believes this is his house. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can be disrespectful to, especially females. And this is what a caretaker looks like when she is just done with everything. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and check this episode out also on YouTube and my Spotify. Darkest blessings. Love you both. Have a great day. And remember, self-care is really important. I know I have to do it again, but I will see you later. Goodbye.